Hi, this is Donna Druchunas, and in this video I'm going to show you how to get started from the garter stitch tab to knit this chart on my Raupen wrap pattern. And what we'll be doing is what is right here. Here's our garter stitch tab beginning, and we're going to be starting knitting from the top down to begin this pattern. So you'll see the garter stitch will continue out on the edges, and then we'll have some garter stitch in the middle and an Estonian flower pattern. So here's the chart we're going to start with, and take a notice that the 4 stitches of garter stitch in the center of our piece right here is included in the chart, and then there's 2 stitches on each side of that, and that's what this is going to be. Now, of course, that doesn't look like 2 stitches, but the first thing we're going to do on this is learn how to make 9 stitches out of 2. You can see it, 2 stitches into 9 gathered is what it's called for Estonian. Down here we'll do 3 into 9, but on the first stitch we only have 2 into 9. So to set up my pattern, I've got the 3 stitches on the edge. 4. I had 4. So I'm going to knit those. That's garter stitch, so I'm going to always knit them on every row. And then slip my marker. Now I have these 2 stitches, and I want to make them into 9 stitches. So I'm going to take my needle and put it into the 2 of them like I'm going to knit 2 together, but I'm not going to finish anything yet. So now I'm going to knit 1 and pull it through. But see, I left the 2 stitches on the left needle. I'm going to do a yarn over. So that's knit 1, yarn over, 2, knit 1, yarn over. I have 4. Knit 1, yarn over, 6, knit 1, yarn over, 8 loops over here, and I'm going to knit 1 more. That's 9 loops I have over here, and so I'm going to take it off the left needle. This is also how you make a loop, and on the next row you'd purl them all together, but we're not going to do that. This pattern has something different. Okay, so then I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. See, we did the 2 stitches into 9, then we have the 4 garter stitches. Now we're going to do 2 into 9 again, and I'll show you that with the yarn in my right hand because it looks somewhat different. So for those of you who are English knitters, you can watch this. So we're going to again go into it as if to knit 2 together, and we're going to wrap and knit 1, and then the yarn over. So see, we're bringing the yarn to the front between the needles and over the top. Then we're going to go into the same 2 stitches and knit 1 and yarn over. So it's the same thing, but we're using our hands differently to make the stitches. And the most important thing is, if you can, whoops, I missed. I'm not that great knitting with my right hand. I can do it for basic stuff, but it takes some practice for me for complicated things. But what I want to say is, come on, pull that through, make a stitch, make it a knit stitch, shouldn't be that hard. There we go, got it. Is pull these loops up as loose as you can. So again, we're going to go until we have 9 loops on the right needle, which is basically knit 1, yarn over 4 times, and then ending with a final knit. And and then drop it off. I only did 7, but you would have gone a little further because you want them to both be the same with 9 stitches. Okay, and then I'm just going to finish this row with just a knit 4. Okay, so you get the idea. I hope you can rewind and watch it over. So this is Estonian gathered stitches. The rest of what's in this chart is just basic yarn overs and decreases. Everything is on the right side rows. The wrong side rows are just plain purls and knitting on the garter stitch sections. So if you get that gathered stitch, you can do that. So that's the beginning of it. That's the setup. And then we're going to continue with the pattern. Let me show you that. And you'll notice this chart, it doesn't have those 4 stitches. So we're going to work this chart, then the 4 stitches, and then that chart again. So it was too big to do it with the center. So here's where we cast on, and then we've got the beginning chart there. Between my hands is what the beginning chart is. So you can see it's got the little triangle with the flowers, this, and then more flowers. When we switch to this outside chart, you're going to do the outside chart once, then you're going to knit 4, then you're going to do the outside chart again. So the pattern stays set up the same, but I did only charted half of it for this part. And then we'll come to this later.